is CTR and how to improve
CTR.
CTR. So we have already discussed and defined what CTR is, correct?
Yes.
What is CTR? Click-through rate is the full form of CTR, and CTR is the measure of visits or the clicks to your website against the number of impressions received by your website. Okay, that is click-through rate. Okay, and click-through rate and the click-through rate. How can we improve this click-through rate? So more people, if more people are clicking on it. See, let's say 100 people have seen your website on Google, and of this 100 people, 50 people have clicked on your results. The click-through rate is 50 percentage, which is very high actually. Okay, because when you compare it against competition, there's so many players competing to taking up the share, right? Someone who is ranking in the top must be taking 15% share, 20% share, or 25% share, correct? Second position, third position, ads. There's so many listings above your presence, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And sometimes the CTR can be as low as 1 percentage point, 5 percentage point, 2 percentage also, which is in 1000 impressions you will be able to get only 2 clicks, 3 clicks.
Sir, what is impression and what is clicks?
So impressions is number of people seeing your website is impressions. So for example, so I have searched software testing versus software testing versus digital marketing. Okay, so now you see so many websites here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these websites would have got one impression. And now if 20,000 people are searching like this every month, this website would have got 20,000 impressions. 20,000 people are searching software testing versus digital marketing, correct?
So you mean the search is quality?
Not necessarily the searches. The searches could be 40,000. Okay, but the impressions that you would have, but the impressions that this website received would have been only 30,000. Why 30,000? Because it's not ranking in the top. It must be ranking in the second position or at the bottom of the first page. But this website would have got close to 40,000 impressions. Or the other scenario is this website is not necessarily ranking in the first position in all the countries, in all the cities, in all the pin codes, and not on all the devices. So if it is ranking in the first position only on mobile phones or only on desktops, let's assume it's ranking on desktops and mobile phones and not on tabs. Tabs, 5,000 searches, 3,000 searches must be happening of this 40,000 searches. So you will get only 37,000 impressions, right? So in case if your website is showing up in the first position for all the searches, the number of impressions can be equal to number of searches. We use a term called as search volume. 1 lakh people must be searching on Google during a mango season per day. Buy mangoes online, just from Bangalore. The number of searches is 1 lakh, correct? And if you're selling mangoes and if your website is showing up most of the times, you could be eligible for 90,000 impressions or maybe 1 lakh impressions also, correct? But in case if you're fluctuating, if your website's position is fluctuating to third position, fourth position, fifth position, 10th position, right? Though the searches are 1 lakh, though 1 lakh people are searching on Google buy mangoes online, you will be getting only 40,000 impressions. You understood the difference between the search volume and the impressions? Impressions, see, search volume is the total number of searches happening on Google. That is search volume. Impressions is for how many searches your website was shown. Okay. Impressions is the number of times your website was shown to the people against the searches. Okay. 1 lakh searches are happening, but did you really rank for all? Did your website show up for all 1 lakh searches always? No. Probably 90,000 times. In some parts of the Bangalore, this website did not show up when people are searching for software testing versus digital marketing. Not just about the location or the region, based on your browsing history as well. Sometimes you may not be eligible for all the searches. Your impressions will be lesser than search volume. Correct?
Correct.
Your impressions cannot be higher than search volume. Impressions will be always lesser than or equal to search volume. You all understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So now you have clarity about impressions, right? So now this has got 10,000 impressions. But do you think all 10,000 people clicking on this?
Oh, sir.
Suddenly they must have scrolled like this and would have clicked on any of these websites. So now the number of visits to this website divided by the impressions is CTR. Now why will someone ignore this and click on this?
Maybe because of the keyword that they are using.
Yes. So now software testing versus digital marketing has been exactly used, and there's a good possibility of people clicking on this.
Yes.
Correct? But then, so during this scroll, they found Quora and Canva.pro. Quora is the most heard name as compared to that of Canva.pro,
Yes.
and hence, though it is completely relevant, people might click on it. Correct? There are chances that this might lose some amount of CTR.
Yes.
Correct? The other possibility, the other possibility could be the other possibilities. Okay, see, look at this. This is truncated, or maybe it must be showing something. This could be quite interesting. There are various reasons why people tend to click on this result only or on this result only. Okay. Now, as a digital marketer, you have to understand what makes people to click on your website results.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys can let me know if you know any hacks, ideas around it. What can you do in order to make people click on your website results?
So one is keyword.
Yes.
Very good
Perfect.
content inside, and the content also. Only the content. So content.
See, people don't see your web page here. People just see this part.
It should not be so difficult to understand. It should be simple and easy for them.
Okay, good. That
So which is engaging them and which is popular.
engaging.
Engaging and popular. For an example, like recent news and all. So those kind of
Uh-huh.
we have to use a proper word for them. We can't use in parliament there was some people who attacked it, but that is a wrong keyword. So instead of that, we can come up with good keywords. And according to right now scenario, we can use it. Which is trending also might work.
Okay. 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 So I have we can include all of them as well now. Relevancy. Show exactly what they are searching for. Okay. So cover all the related variations around your page or product or service. See, the topic is software testing versus digital marketing. Okay. Okay. So what happens? See, people are not searching only software testing versus digital marketing. Which is good, software testing or digital marketing? Correct? Difference between software testing and digital marketing. Compare software testing and digital marketing. Correct? So there are various kinds of terms used. Correct? So now if you are using only this term, how do you grab attention of people using difference, compare, or which, these kinds of terms? So try to cover as many variations as possible. See, it's been used, which carrier is right? Correct? So try to all the variations cover all the related variations, right? People might search buy mango online, order mango, correct? Mango shopping, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So people would search as digital marketing institute, digital marketing training, digital marketing course, right? Best digital marketing institute. Your web page is eligible for all of these terms. Try to have all of this: digital marketing classes, institute, course, training, certification. Five variations, we got it easily. So try to cover all these variations, which all mean the same again, just that they are using different variations. If they could find all of this in the title and description, so these are the titles and descriptions. These are called as titles, and this is description. So these are meta title and meta description. Okay. So meta means hidden. So this is not visible on the web page. Look at this. This is software testing versus digital marketing. Which career is right for you? So here this heading is there, and exactly the same is been used. Digital marketing versus, look at this, digital marketing versus software testing. You see here in the top, right top. So this one is not there anywhere on this page, and the description that you see here also it's not there anywhere. So we were discussing in the previous classes, HTML has head section and the body section, and this all goes in the head section. This head section information is mostly for search engines and browsers, and which will be displayed on Google search results. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now cover all the related variations around your page, product, or service. Write quality titles and descriptions. No grammatical errors.
Yes.
Okay. And look at this. This is slightly lengthier, and hence it got truncated. You see dots here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if it is slightly, see, this is in fact this looks like lengthier than this, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is lengthier than this or than this, but still it is showing full, right? So probably it's actually not lengthier than this. This could be lengthier space, and after that there is some other word or term used which made it more lengthier, and it just got truncated. It just cropped it, just shrinked it, truncated it. So now that did not happen with this. So now when you understand the character limit, so it has to be less than 68, less than 70 characters, around 68 characters. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay, and also you have to understand the right usage of delimiters. In case which carrier is right for, or maybe some other word, and if you had used some other delimiters like pipeline or colon, this is colon. And pipeline, I'll tell you. So, what is pipeline? Pipeline would look like this. Hyphens can be used, pipeline can be used, colon can be used.
Exclamatory.
No, exclamatory, all those they will take up more space. So while understanding, so we'll be discussing the do's and don'ts in writing the titles and descriptions. For now, you just remember it has to be within the character limit. Follow the character count and write the titles and descriptions accordingly. Understand how to use the delimiters in titles and descriptions. So people use semicolon, people use comma, people use these kinds of characters which actually take lots of space. Okay, so ampersand is only, you all know how comma is, correct?
Yes, sir.
Alphabet A takes only one character, but comma takes multiple pixels. It's actually measured in terms of pixels.
Yes.
So, for example, for you, it's your photo, my photo, or maybe your photo only taken twice. Just with the adjustments, now the photo size will increase, correct?
Yes.
The pixel, so when the pixel is high, the size of the file increases, correct? So same way here, for special characters the pixel values will be high. See, 512 pixels, your title length has to be 512 pixels. So when sometimes even within 65 characters the pixel value, or 60, even within 68 characters your pixel value can be beyond 512 pixels, especially when you use characters like comma, semicolon, apostrophes, right? So instead of them, try to use colon, pipeline, hyphens. We will discuss that in detail.
So can you mention how
Oh, sorry.
can you mention that those sorts of words?
Okay,
Those
understand
symbols
how
and
to use delimiters in the titles and descriptions. Always avoid using the special characters such as semicolon, uh, comma, and other symbols in the apostrophe, is that correct? And other symbols in the title. Instead, use pipeline, colon, and hyphen. Okay. Implement rich snippets and show positive information. Okay. So what are these rich snippets? We will be having a detailed discussion about rich snippets, probably one or two classes around it. Rich snippets, I'll show you what are these rich snippets. See, any information that's on your web page, that's available on your web page, can be presented on Google search results very attractively, very richly, okay, very attractively, okay, and that kind of using a schema language. There is something called a schema code. So how you write HTML, CSS and JavaScript, same way there is something called as schema, okay. So when you wrap any information in the schema, okay, that converts that information to a rich text, the rich presentation of the information. So something like this, you see the star ratings.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right, all the star ratings. You see so many websites has got the star ratings, performance marketing, performance marketing training or course. You see so many websites are showing up this. So not only this, I'll show you the other kinds of results as well. Maybe this is called as rating schema, rating snippets,
Yes.
review and rating. It's showing the count of the reviews and the rating as 4.8. I'll show you CSM training and Bangalore. Let me take you to the other tab. Yeah, look at this. This is called as event schema. Event. Why it's an event? Because it's showing the dates. When is the training happening? Okay. So do you see that such kind of presentation? See now this doesn't have that kind of presentation.
So
You
are
see,
we doing that or is it Google?
we do certain things in order to show up this. See this one also you are going to write and Google is going to show it. There is your effort involved, your understanding involved over there. Okay. You understood? So everything is done by us, digital marketers, by the digital marketers, and that's what Google picks and shows up. The good thing is it's all in your control. Correct? So you can understand and you can decide, define what has to be shown with regard to your website. And now when it's showing up, see, look at this, observe this, see, look at this. It's not taking much space. This one also, it's not taking much space. And if you look at this, it has taken so much space.
Yes.
Moreover, it is the key information that people are looking for. If you want to book a ticket for a movie or for something, it's showing the time for you in upfront, the slots available, or the or for any circus shows or any show it could be. If it's showing on which days it's happening, the tendency of you clicking on it will increase. The rich presentation of the information on the search results is called as rich snippets. Okay. So this shows up like this only when this information is wrapped by the schema. Okay, there is something called a schema which we will be discussing in the coming classes. Okay, any information on your web page, when it is wrapped by the schema, it gives a rich presentation on the search results. The same information when wrapped, so the implementation is called as schema implementation, and the output or presentation of the same is called as rich snippets, or people call it as schema only. Okay. Okay. So by implementing something like this, there are various kinds of schemas: author schema, rating schema, review schema, recipe schema. Okay, and then event schema. There are various few tens of schema is nothing but you are helping bots to understand the way that we users understand. See, for example, if you have a book schema is there. So for book, what kind of information you will see? The number of pages on the book, correct? The price of the book as 500 rupees and the number of pages in the book as 1000 pages. But what bots see this 1000 is just as a number. They will never relate this 1000 as the number of the pages and 500 as never as the price. 500 they read it just to be as a number. 500 is just a number for them. Correct? And 1000 is also just a number. They will never understand, though you have written it as 1000 pages, it understands 1000 pages as a text but never as the number of pages of the book. Now if bots have to understand the way how we understand the 1000 pages written over there is, it's the number of pages on the book. and 500 written over there is price of the book, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we implement product snippets or product schema.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a language that helps bots to understand the way how we understand. So the moment they understand the information the way how we understand, they start displaying the same information on the surface like this. Okay, so that's called as product schema. So now look at this: chicken pickle in Bangalore. See, look at this, the price information. A bot would have never displayed this information on the Google without a schema implementation. See, now this person has not implemented. Konasima Pickles has not implemented product snippets. And hence, bot cannot display the information.
Okay.
Right? Right? Yeah. So this person doesn't have the product schema, they have just review schema implemented on their web pages, and hence you will not see the price information. So if they have implemented product schema or product snippets one and the same, they mix up. So product schema is ideally the implementation, product snippets outcome is called as product snippet is outcome, schema is implementation, schema and snippet. SC comes first, SN in the alphabetical sequence as well, SN comes later. SN is snippets is outcome, schema is implementation. Okay?
So,
Yeah, please go ahead.
sir, if, as you said that the ratings and the price and all is mentioned, do you think there will be more engagement for the website?
Yes. So that's why if you look at this, implement risk snippets and show positive information. Okay. So here I'll show you. Uh, yeah, in this case, I'll take this example. Now look at this. They have implemented product snippets.
Yes.
But what is the problem here? It is impacting negatively. How it is impacting negatively? One is out of stock, and let's assume the price is very high. Here it's not high. Rating is another scenario.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right? So that's how it works. So this is not a positive information, definitely. See, even this may not be positive information. Instead of 5 reviews, 500 reviews is influential, correct? It motivates people to click on the results. Sometimes your snippets can turn out to be the negative. The best example is here. This one, out of stock,
Correct. Yes.
correct? So hence we have written implement the snippets and show positive information. Implement a CTR trigger in the title. Okay. So what is this CTR trigger? Not keywords. What triggers you to do something? So for example, so now people are searching CSM training. Tell me what would trigger them to click on this result. See if you are sorry,
Money back, money back, money back.
100% money back. Okay.
Yeah, the same as
So here you are good thing is you are able to identify the CTR trigger. But can you define what is a CTR trigger?
which is attractive and offers, which is comfortable for us. Yeah.
Which is basically solving your problem, which is solving your pain points, or which is the solution for your problem.
Yes.
Correct? So that can be a CTR trigger. Okay. See, for you, let's assume certain kinds of products you may not mind to, you may not mind even though they are expensive. What is your expectation? Your expectation, let's assume your expectation is acquiring practical knowledge. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
So when you are searching digital marketing training, so people would have written digital marketing training at just 2000 rupees. So for few people who are price centric, maybe that might attract those people, and people who are price centric only would click on it, or maybe everybody would click on it. Okay. But let's assume, regardless of the price, for everybody, the main concern is job, getting a job, acquiring a job in digital marketing. Okay, so you writing 100% placement assured would grab the attention, that could become a CTR trigger, because that is
That's what
your problem. That's what your problem is, correct? That's what the solution for your problem, correct? Correct. So no training institute can assure 100% placement for you or for anybody. Okay, you all have to bear that in the mind. Okay. One second. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Which floor are you on? Okay. Okay. Please come inside. Please get into the things. Yeah. Second floor. Yeah. In the lift, it's a third number. Please get inside and the first room right side. Yeah. Yeah, please. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Rekha, right? Rekha, yeah, please.
I came 10 minutes before, but nobody guided me. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Mr. Mother is on leave actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Mother
This
was
is
in
the
fact.
demo class going on, right?
Yeah, yeah. Class, the actual class going on. Yeah. Okay. So you all understood now. The CTR trigger is basically the solution for the problem, the pain point that a user is going through, right? So try using the CTR triggers in the title that you write. Okay. So for example, so look at this. So maybe for this, people whom are opting this training program. Okay. See, 100% money back is not necessarily a CTR trigger. Okay, so 100% pass rate. So people who all opt for CSM certification, their main goal is to get certified. They take this training for certification. Okay, so they have to write the exam, they have to clear the exam, and if a company can assure 100% pass rate, correct?
Yes.
The tendency of they clicking on the search results will be very high. That's how you can improve the CTR. Okay, that becomes the CTR trigger, right? So, for example, if you are taking the digital marketing training with the purpose of acquiring a job, and people writing 100% placement or job oriented courses would grab your attention. Somebody else will be price oriented, price centric, and you writing 70% off or 30% off. And when it comes to apparel, cosmetics, sorry, not cosmetics, costumes, people will be, or maybe shoes, the main requirement is new collection.
Yes.
And when you write new collection of 2024, something like that, the chances of they clicking on this result will be very high, right? Yes, right. Yeah. So yeah, implement the CTR trigger in the title implies doing all such activities in implementing all such key elements in your titles and descriptions, both in titles and descriptions. And branding will, yeah, please.
That you said that input and output some for that word.
Schema
Yes,
implementation.
mention it. So I think
Okay, schema implementation is the schema implementation. I said schema, not schema, rich snippets, schema implementation. Schema implementation is the terminology used in uh, wrapping the key information in the schema code. Okay, and the output or the presentation of the information on the Google presentation of the same information on the Google search results is referred to as rich snippets. Okay, I'll add the screenshot as well here. Let me add the screenshot as well. This one, right? something like this. I'll just add this screenshot. No, negative, yeah, that one. Okay. So this is snippet, all this information, the star ratings you see, right? See, Google will never understand a 5 rating as 5 rating until unless that information is wrapped by the schema code. It's not going to display on the Google search results until unless that gets wrapped by the schema code. Okay, that is schema implementation. And when you implement schema, the outcome is referred, or the terminology used is snippets. Okay, I'll add that as well. Okay, yeah. So branding will help improve the CTR. How will branding help improve the CTR? Anybody knows? So you have Googled buy shoes online, right? The tendency of you all is to click either Mintra, Jabong, Amazon or Flipkart. If you are seeing any new website on Google, will you click on it?
No, sir.
No, right? Why?
Because these are very
Popular
branding,
brands,
and
very well-known brands.
yes.
You have heard of them
Correct.
more number of times as compared to that of any new player in the industry. So branding activities will help improve the CTR. For you, so for you it could be difficult to
Understand.
relate.
Yeah. No,
You just,
yeah, I'll try to grasp as much as possible.
yeah. Okay. Anyways, we'll revise it again.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah. So branding will help improve the CTR. So we were discussing about another example some time back. So let's assume, so all these companies, Knowledge Hut, Gladwell, Simply Learn, are all these known companies to the public,
Yes.
right? So today, if I am starting a new website, xyz.com, and if I try to show up on the Google, I might not get expected amount of CTR because nobody knows about my business, about my website, about my company, correct? The tendency of people clicking on it will be comparatively low, regardless of all these implementations, right? See, that's the reason any new business that's trying to make their presence takes a decent amount of time uh, to make as good presence as of that of your competitors. I mean, like the in terms of results, in terms of results. Okay, so the implementations are same, the efforts are same, everything is same, and this is not applicable for all kinds of businesses. See, when you had to purchase shoes, you considered brand, but when it comes to digital marketing trainings, there is nothing as such. Whichever is showing up on the top, you just clicked on it. You might have gone through multiple results, you explored multiple websites, and then you will decide which one is good based on the pricing, based on their offerings, based on their reviews, couple of other things. Branding plays a very less role in some businesses. The best example is digital marketing training. But when it comes to FMCG, right? So a product that's been purchased regularly by you, the fast-moving consumer goods, right? So if you have to order a food product, you will usually prefer to order from Zomato, Swiggy, right? Big Basket, Blinkit. And if some new player comes into the market and without any branding activities, without any prominent role played by them, you will not prefer to order from those guys. Until unless that's something solved by only that's a niche product. Not everybody is selling it, and that's not available with the big brands. That's when you will not give much importance to the brand, right? So branding also plays a key role in improving your CTR, but not necessarily for all kinds of businesses. Okay, but not necessarily for all kinds of industries. Okay, so for example, if you are purchasing a mobile phone, shoes, apparel, you might buy it only from the known sellers or brands or websites, right? But when it comes to surveys like digital marketing training, right? You would not pay, you cannot expect a brand presence for such kind of services like digital marketing training. You would just explore all the service providers and go with the one who is providing the best offerings, who is providing the best for you. Okay, correct, right? Okay, so CTR is measure of the response or traffic or clicks to your website against the impressions. Okay, impressions is number of people seeing your website on Google search results. For example, let's assume CSM training in India or buy shows online is being queried or searched on Google 10,000 times a day, correct? And your website was shown most of the times and you have got 9,000 impressions. The number of searches are 10,000 and the number of people seeing your website is 9,000. That doesn't mean all 9,000 people will click on your website, correct? For various reasons, they might not click on your website. The moment someone sees sponsored, they might avoid clicking on this. Or the moment they see Mintra showing up here, buy shoes online. Let's use the term, actual term, buy shoes online. Okay. See, it's from the brand, and you know you are not just looking for this one brand when you are searching for buy shoes online. Okay, and this is also brand. Mintra must be selling all brands.
Yes.
So you might ignore clicking on these two results. The number of impressions buy shoes online has been queried 1,000 times a day, and all these three results will have 1,000 impressions. Correct?
Yes.
But number of clicks will differ, will vary. Correct? So now the CTR is nothing but the measure of number of clicks achieved against the number of impressions. If 100 people are clicking on this, 100 divided by 1,000 is impressions. 100 is the clicks or hits or visits to the website. 100 divided by 1,000 into percentage is 10 percentage. The CTR for your website Mintra is 10 percentage. Okay. Now we are understanding how to improve the CTR as a digital marketer, as a performance marketer. How can you improve the CTR for your website? That's what we are trying to understand. Okay. So relevancy is one that plays a prominent role. If people are searching for buy shoes online, and if you're stressing on only one brand, the chances of people clicking on it will drastically come down. See, if somebody is searching for Adidas shoes, and if you're showing Nike or maybe Reebok or something else, that's when again the chances of people clicking on it, the tendency of people clicking on it will come down. For example, I am searching buy fruits online. You are showing the title as buy mangoes online. My requirement is fruits. I might buy mango, grapes, apple, banana, whatsoever is needed for me, correct? But when you explicitly write buy mangoes and I'm not looking for just mangoes, I will not click on it. Correct?
Yes.
Correct? So that is what the relevancy is here. Okay? Show exactly what they are searching for. Okay? Cover all the related variations around your page or product or service. Terms like if I'm using so for example, if you are selling fruits online, people would query as buy fruits, order fruits, fruit shopping, correct? Shoes also same way, buy shoes, order shoes, shoe shopping, correct? Different terms are being used by people. So you should try to cover all these variations in your titles and descriptions so that you grab the traction of all those searches, right? Write quality titles and descriptions, no grammatical errors or mistakes in your titles and descriptions. Follow the character counts, okay? So there is a character limit, not 48, it's 68. 68. It should be less than 70 characters. We'll have a very detailed discussion. We'll be practicing how to write the titles and descriptions as well, okay? And understand how to use the delimiters in the titles and descriptions, okay? So a lengthy sentence or statement will get truncated. You have to use appropriate or the right delimiters in between, such as pipelines, colons, and hyphens, okay? You cannot write a lengthy sentence how you write on the web page. Okay, you have to follow all those guidelines. We'll be discussing the guidelines. This class is all about how to improve the CTR. Okay, and then implement risk snippets. We all understood what a risk snippet is and the role played by it. Okay, and make sure that you are implementing risk snippets only when you have positive information to show up on the search results page. And we were understanding that with this example, right? By this one, right? So look at this. Yeah, big basket. Okay, so on implementing the schema, the rich results or the rich snippets will show up on the Google search results. You are going to implement the schema on your web page.
Yes.
Okay, so this will be usually done by developers. The website designers and developers will implement this. Now look at this. The schema, ideally speaking, as per our understanding, schema should help us to get more hits. So people see this rating 5 out of 5. People see the number of reviews, and the chances of we getting more hits will increase. Correct. But now here, risk snippets are working negatively because out of stock. So when it is out of, see, the reason why big basket has come down is because of poor CTR. Why CTR is poor? Because they are showing it straight away out of stock, and the rating is 1.7. Correct. And we have understood the three key metrics: the crawl stats, the CTR, and engagement. These three play a crucial role in placing your website on top.
Yes.
Correct. We understood how to improve the crawl frequency and the crawl rate. Now we are understanding how to improve the CTR. Okay, and then finally the branding. Correct. Branding also. CTR trigger. The another point is CTR trigger. CTR trigger is basically a solution to end users pain point. So if somebody is taking a digital marketing, the purpose of they taking the digital marketing course could vary from person to person. So for you, it could be job, acquiring a high paying or well paying job. For someone else, getting the freelance projects or implement digital marketing for their own businesses. It can be anything. Okay, so you have to identify what is that pain point and how is your service providing a solution to them. Okay, 100% placement. So if your pain point is placements, so a business mentioning 100% placement can get more traction, more clicks. Correct?
CTR.
Correct. So, and Flipkart and Amazon, their main CTR triggers most of the times will be the percentage discount offers. Correct. So that's the reason you must have seen 70. See, look at this buy shoes online only. You will for sure see somebody writing 70 percentage off, 60 percentage off. So people, basically Indians mindset is such that they are just behind these offers when it comes to purchasing these kinds of products up to 60 percentage off. And Mintra somebody had written, see, 70% discount, right? See, it varies from business to business. See, for digital marketing trainings, it doesn't matter. Even if you write for free, people may not show pay much attention to it. The main goal is to get a job. Are you assuring the placements to them or not? Right? So from see, it's, instead of writing 90 percentage off, they have written starts from rupees 199. This is a CTR trigger,
Yes.
right? See, these are just very few examples. It can be anything. I was telling some time back for CSM certification, the main goal is to clear the exam. So when you write 100% pass rate. So for example, somebody is taking IAS training. What will be the main pain points? To clear it in the first attempt only, right?
Yes.
So if you can convey it properly, the chances of people clicking on your search results will be very high. Okay, but unfortunately, a lot of digital marketers don't understand these things. They just write for namesake. They just put the keywords. Keywords are the terms used on Google to find your product or service. Buy shoes online is a keyword. Order shoes online is a keyword. They just put these terms one after the other separated by pipelines. What pipelines or hyphens? What is pipeline? Pipeline, I'll show you again how the pipeline looks like. Yeah, this is pipeline. You see here,
Yes, of course.
this is pipeline. Okay, vertical line is called as pipeline. This is a delimiter between the words. Okay, it's clear, right, for you all how to
Yes.
improve the CTR. Okay, and the next topic is engagement. Okay, so crawl frequency, CTR, and engagement. These three play the crucial role in placing your website on the top.
Yes.
Okay, if you have failed in one subject out of 6 subjects, you are still a failed candidate. You are not promoted to the next class. So same way, even though you have achieved, have made or implemented the best about the crawl frequency or CTR, still your website might not make to the first positions when the engagement is bad. Okay, so what is this user engagement? How do you measure the user engagement?
Time spent
The
on
user
words.
engagement mainly consists of measure of the purpose served end users purpose served time spent on the time spent on the web pages, the number of web pages explored. Okay, this is all about the engagement is usually measured is a measure of these things. See, end user has come to purchase shoes. Are they able to buy the shoes or not is primarily considered to understand if the website is engaging for the user or not. Okay, okay. So make sure the web pages are optimized for quick load times and perform best on all the browsers and all the devices. Okay. So if the web page keeps loading for several seconds or minutes, user will quit and user purpose is not served, right? And user engagement criteria is not met, and obviously you will be see you must have played so many tricks in improving the CTR, and with CTR your website must have moved to the top. That's not going to stay over there until unless your engagement is good. You are being made the CEO of an organization. You staying in that position is decided by your performance. If you are not really performing well, you will be taken off from that position, right? So same way your CTR would have helped you to move to the top, but you are not going to stay in that position until unless the user engagement is good. Okay, so if your user engagement has to be good, you have to deal with technical aspects of your website. You have to deal with the UI UX of your website. You have to deal with the marketing pitch on the web pages. You have to deal with your product. What is product here? Product is pricing, product is availability. So you have very good technical aspects, such as the load time is amazing. Load time is few milliseconds, right? UI UX companies like Amazon, Flipkart, they spend several lakhs or crores every month just on user experience or the best technical features of their applications. These two are good, but their product is a problem. There are no variations. You are looking for 9 size shoe number, but it's always 8. Product failure.
Yes.
You are looking for multiple variations in that shoe, multiple colors. Colors are not available, gone again. Your product is poor. Correct? So you have to make sure these three are met. We'll discuss one by one. So make sure the web pages are optimized, quick load time. This is discussed. Great UI UX. What is UI? UI is user interface. What is seen by your eyes is called as user interface. You can see the fonts, colors, font sizes, the images. All this come into user interface. User experiences, you must be trying to click on add to cart, but that's not happening. The experience is bad. You must be trying to add a product to the cart, but there is no add to cart button that's prominently visible to you. That's somewhere else to the left side that's not clear or visible. You're trying to approach the business owner, but you couldn't find the contact, right? You will face this problem a lot with government websites, right? To just to apply for some role or for something or submit some application, you have to struggle. People spend several minutes, several hours sometimes exploring the website. That's a very bad user experience. You, and there is no option over there. But that doesn't work with the private organizations.
Correct.
In the fast running, see, government, that's the only body. But when it comes to shoes, if Flipkart is not serving the purpose, people go to Amazon. If Amazon is not serving, they will go to Myntra or Zebong. There are multiple
Platforms.
companies, platforms helping them, correct? Competing with each other. But when it comes to government body, that's the only, correct? There's no choice. People, IRCTC, since few years it's good, better comparatively compared to what it was in the past,
Yes.
correct? But no option. You used to struggle, wait for several hours to book one ticket, right? That's the worst experience. Okay, this experience plays a very crucial role with the businesses which are highly competitive. Okay, when there are already big players in the market. See, 10 years back, just with a website and with some information on the web page, you could have succeeded. MobiQuick in 2011. MobiQuick, you should see their website. Their website was like some cartoon website. We used to create pages every day, and the very next day the page used to show up on the Google. And that's not the case today. Back to 2011, anybody who knows how to develop a website, and we all have learned how to build a website by ourselves, correct? You all are capable of building a website on your own now, correct? So you could have competed with MobiQuick or Paytm, or there were many such players back then, even the Redbus. If you had put some information or content, you would have shown very easily on Google. Today, that's not the case or scenario. The competition is significantly high as compared to that of a decade, right? So, and it's not the scenario with all kinds of businesses. So, let me take example of paper carry bags. Paper carry bags, the competition is not that high. So, even if I'm doing a mediocre website, mediocre user experience and user interface, still I'll be able to rank.
Okay.
Okay, it varies from businesses to business. Okay, it's not just about the user interface and user experience. Again, the same applies. You have scored 100 out of 100 in 5 subjects and failed in one subject, and still you are not promoted to the next class. The same happens here as well with regard to user interface, user experience, marketing and selling elements, and product features or product information. Okay, maintain zero technical issues. It's not just about the load time. Sometimes the payment APIs are not configured properly and you are not able to make the payments. That's also a technical issue. Any technical issue can come on the website. Okay, as a digital marketer, you have to also look into, see, you are not going to solve the technical issues. You should be in a position at least to understand why people are not able to make the payment. You are getting thousands of visitors to your web pages, but you're not seeing any sales happening. Sometimes, see, once Redbus, there was a drop of 40,000 transactions. 40,000 transactions drop for a particular month. Okay, so I was in the meeting. I had to explain why the, see, traffic has grown. See, every month we used to show 20% increase in the traffic, 30%, 50%, right? There is a significant improvement in the traffic, but the payments have come down or dropped. The team, the management sitting over there knew that nothing to do with the digital marketing. Okay, but someone has to still tell the,
Explain.
have to explain it why the transactions has come down. Otherwise, there are good chances of any team getting blamed in the organization. Correct?
Yes.
Correct. So as a digital marketer, I had to find out one of the payment gateway was not working. So people use different payment gateways such as
Phone pay at least.
PhonePay, Razorpay, Stripe, PayPal, different payment gateways. One of their payment gateway was not working. The two in one of the stage, not in the first initial interaction only, and they lost 40,000 transactions. They used to make 80 crores, 100 crores a month.
Digital
Okay.
transaction.
Huh?
Turnover or
Monthly revenue,
revenue?
revenue for a month. Okay, seasonal revenue, not all the months. So during Diwali or Dasra, back to a decade. This was back to a decade. Okay, I have worked on the project like a decade back while I was associated with one of the digital marketing agency. So now it could be much higher. Okay, and the non-seasonal some 30 crores, 40 crores, 50 crores a month. They were spending 1.5 crore every month just on Google Ads, only Google Ads. Okay, they used to invest on various other marketing channels. Only about the Google Ads, they were spending around 1.5 crores every month.
So was there no competitor?
Huh?
During that time?
Abhi came, Abhi also.
Abibus came later.
Later on, but still
First,
it
Red Bus was the first. No competition. The
Even
individual,
now there's no competition.
there was no competition.
Even
Monopoly.
now,
Even
it's
now, monopoly.
Okay.
Okay. See, Abibus is now a competitor.
No, not a competitor.
Not
because
really a
it's
big
not
competitor,
working.
but they are taking up some market share.
They're coming up. They're coming up.
It's a very bad experience.
So mainly, see, Abibus has very good reach in Telangana state, certain parts of Andhra. But when it comes to Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Red Bus has very good reach. And the North India, less of bus transport
Yes. Got it.
as compared to that of South India. North Indian market share was comparatively less as compared to that of South India for Red Bus. So I had the stats used to go through that, right? Okay. So write marketing pictures and selling elements on the pages. Okay. So one simple example of one of the websites which we are already going through. Okay, let me take this. So this company, Knowledge Hut, see any training company it be, they make, so no, not this one. So they make more revenues, more profits when they get corporate trainings. It's easier, fewer days, and the margins will be very high. Okay, I'll show you one simple example of how communication plays a crucial role. Marketing pitches. Yeah. See, they wanted to communicate, effectively communicate about their corporate trainings. Okay. See, previously they had written just corporate training, just corporate training, and they had written one paragraph which was not really that effective. Okay. So now, how do we make an effective communication? We rephrase it the corporate training, just two words, corporate and training, just two word statements. That's been replaced with why global corporates prefer knowledge as their training partner. Don't you think this is highly effective as compared to that of just corporate training? Correct? So a web page is basically eliminating the human intervention. It's going to act as a salesperson, right? So you need to have lots of selling elements on the web page, selling elements and marketing pitches, right? See, there is a huge difference. We were discussing in the previous classes as well. So when you enter Chroma to purchase a device, a laptop or something, you would come across various kinds of salespeople. One person, case one, let's take case one. A person is just greeting, hello sir, hello madam, and he keeps quiet. And case two, the other guy, he greets you, he asks you what is needed, and you start speaking, so this is the best laptop, we have sold 20,000 plus pieces. Is this not influencing you to purchase that now?
Yes, yes.
Right? See, this kind of communication, it could not have been a wrong statement what he has made. It's all true. Truth, that's truth. But there is a difference between not speaking and speaking. Correct? If the salesperson one has not spoken and he couldn't get any sales, salesperson two is speaking and he's able to sell the products. Correct? The same happens with the websites. A lot of businesses fail to, so I should say marketers basically here. See, the marketers, business owners don't understand these things. See, for business owners, whether the web page has product or not, has information or not, whether that's available or not, that's what they care all about. That's what exactly this business owner also had done. See, business owners, 90% of the times, it's not even business owners. It's about the UI UX designers. See, sometimes see how it was working, So business owners used to approach UI UX designers. They used to plan what all has to be there on the web page. They go through the competitors' websites and they try to replicate the same in a different way, and that's not going to really create an impact, right? See, digital marketers has to involve in this stage, understand what all communication has to be made on the web page, and they have to accordingly see every single piece of information that you see on this web page is being planned by a digital marketer. So in 2017, I have done every piece of information on this web page. Okay, and later this was replicated for all the courses. They deal with 100 plus courses. So knowledge that this company makes at least 300, 400 crores of revenue every year just with the trainings. Every single information that you see is to improve the engagement. Okay. Yeah. So you understood, right? Marketing pictures and selling elements. Selling elements. Why global companies prefer knowledge as their training partner. Okay. And the other marketing pictures or selling elements. See, it can be as simple as you will write 10,000 strike off and write 6,000. That is also a marketing tactic. That's going to see psychologically it motivates user to go and purchase the product. There are hundreds of such things, not necessarily pricing, different things, right? So why everybody prefers to opt training from XYZ institutes? This statement, this question itself is instilling that confidence, or maybe what you wanted to communicate, like why everybody is preferring this institute. It's been already communicated in the question itself, right? So provide detailed and all relevant information about the product or service. Again, branding helps improve the engagement.
Yes.
Okay. Engagement will be high when you speak about the rare products or services or information. So for example, nobody is selling a product that you are looking for on the internet, only one website. They have to somehow still they'll engage with the website and make the purchase. Make sure the content or the information is all relevant on the web page. Okay, and there are few more things to be added. This was added in the previous class. Understand the priority of information for the user. See, as a digital marketing training, so you are searching for digital marketing institute, correct? So what information you would expect to show up in the first on the web page? This also decides engagement. See, I cannot simply start speaking about the trainer first thing, or maybe speaking about the trainer might help. Okay, so understanding these things also is super important. So you see there is so much of information on this web page. See, the first thing, the first communication. See, earlier what was the description and two lines, it was not helping or not useful for anybody. And now there is so much positive spoken about the training that you are opting for. You have come for digital marketing, you are looking for digital marketing training. Don't you feel good when we write, when the business writes 20,000 people get trained on digital marketing every week, every month? That's a feel good factor, correct? If I am writing rarely people opt for digital marketing trainings, you will decide not to take the training, correct?
Yes.
Correct. So when you speak positive things, that creates interest, that creates curiosity, right? So next you will start with other kinds of details, the benefits that you get, different. It varies from business to business, product to product. So this one also same thing, and I'll show you one more example. I was showing you the query, right? Chicken pickle something. I'll show you it. One second. Yeah. You will not see any web page providing these many details about the product. See, there's information about the health benefits, interesting facts about the product, history about it, recipe, how to prepare the recipe or ingredients, preparation steps.
Don't you think so if they give all the information like this, might they have to purchase it?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else can be there.
But because other competitors are not doing it.
Other competitors are okay. So your question is,
Like
see,
it's
first
more
thing,
kind of like yeah, more their information. It is like how to prepare and everything. Don't you think so that what do you say that people will get to know how it is done and there might be a competitor or there
there are
could be a time.
no negligible chances that people might attempt to prepare that recipe, but not really that happens. negligible chances. Even if they attempt, see, it's lot of effort. See, there is a huge difference. So if you are preparing it all by yourself, first of all, to prepare these products, to prepare 1 kg of chicken pickle, you will need 2 kgs of meat. You will need at least 500 to 700 ml.
No, as a competitor, I'm speaking about. If,
Okay.
This as a food, I'm not an individual. I'm speaking of the whole.
Competitors. Okay. See, regardless of this, the competitor, anyways, see, it's not the exact 100 could be not. See, recipe ingredients is just.
No, everything is so detailedly given. That's the reason.
No. See, though it is detailedly given, so it differs. See, you try out doing this and order the product from this, the taste is going to be drastically different. Why? Because you will not know sometimes how many minutes the meat. See, for example, let's assume a meat that has lots of water content, a meat that doesn't have water content. So they would have written from this perspective, boil it for 20 minutes. And now when a meat that has lots of water content, you might have to boil it for 25 minutes. But still you will go and boil it for just 20 minutes because it's written 20 minutes here. Okay? And it also differs from pan to pan. They must be using the iron pan and you must be using a non-stick pan, let's assume. The taste is going to vary drastically. See, in preparing the food especially, uh, food is all about mostly a common sense, which ingredient to be has to be put first, later which one has to be put, and it's more about observation and quickly acting accordingly while preparing the food. It's not about just blindly following it. I cook a lot, that's why I'm trying to explain something. Okay. So it differs. Okay. So same ingredients, when my mom cooks, it tastes amazing. When my wife cooks, it's not that great. Okay. Same. Learned from the same person, but still it varies. Okay. Sometimes we do a mistakes. First adding the curry leaves, which might get roasted a lot and the taste might spoil. So when to add, when not to add. Yeah, you will not see this much of information or details or not this appealing. So this is the one reason why even without improving the crawl frequency of this website, nothing has been done for this website. See, competitors must be investing 4 to 5 times higher than what this website is investing, and still, in many places, this website will rank in the top. It's purely because of engagement. See, you must have scored. See, on campus interviews, they expect 60% or 70% cutoff marks for you to attend the interview. Correct? Even though you have got 90%, job is not assured. You have to perform well in the interview rounds as well. Correct? So the same happens here with regard to CTR, crawl frequency, and engagement. Just good at crawl frequency is not going to help you. Okay? So understand the priority of information for the user. Priority of the information for the user to be presented on the web pages. Okay. What else? So adding the images plays a crucial role. Adding right, relevant, and attractive images play a crucial role in engagement. Right.
Do you also teach how to get the images?
How to?
How to download the images? Because most of them is like watermark or copyrights.
Yeah, you will be understanding all of that. So, see, there are stock images, stock, Shutterstock, FreePic, iStock, the several portals. The images can be downloaded from those portals. Even those images will have watermarks if you are using the free version. Okay. So you can use images from Google also without watermark. You will understand. So when part of learning, that's all part of learning. Okay. So we'll be understanding how to build a website.
No, my point was like, see, you have said that adding relevant and attractive images. So when you're adding, how to when you have watermarks and that, then it is already like how to get the pictures. once again, what I was saying was attractive images. In case if you have something in your mind, Google provides you each and everything.
No, no, see, attractive images usually.
I'm just telling you, if I have to picture a house, if I have to color this one, there's a lot of house images which comes. And when I want to download it, it's a watermark. And there is also like a kind of a thing which copyrights. So how to make a thing like will you be teaching us something like mix and match?
Designing the images, yes, yes, yes. We will be learning the tool called Canva.
Okay.
Okay. See, ideally speaking, the images will be designed on Photoshop, Corel Draw, Illustrator. Okay. But learning all those tools becomes a separate course called as graphic design.
Yes.
Okay. But as a digital marketer, you will be learning a tool called Canva. Using that, you can design the images of your choice. Okay. And one more thing, copyright issues, Google just wants might be subjected to copyright. That doesn't mean necessarily people will file a case on you or legally the legal measures have been taken.
Which I've seen across.
No, no. So when attributed,
family picture and putting into our templates, and they are giving us a call and saying, "How can you do it? It's already."
that's completely wrong. We are not supposed to use such kinds of. See, especially when it comes to the actual human images. So when it is about the products or representation of something, see, for the last 12, 13 years, I've been using a lot of images from Google, but never faced any kind of copyright issue. Okay. So copyright issue is one more thing. So what happens is when you use such kind of copyright issues, the first thing that happens is there is something called as DMCA Act, Digital Marketing Copywriting. Last time we were discussing. So people can raise a concern, the right owner of it. So what Google does is Google eliminates your website from the search results. In case if you're copying the content, copying the images, copying the text from other websites to your website, the first source, the owner can raise a DMCA Act request and Google will remove that website from the Google. That's the not complete website, that particular web page which has copied information from other source. Okay, that's the copyright issue, the first issue that you would face. They might connect with you and question you, why are you using without our approval? Okay, something like that, and mostly offline that way. And this image is graphic designer. See, as a digital marketer, most of the times you will be just providing the concept or information to the graphic designing teams, and they are the one who is going to design it for you like this. Okay, and you cannot always expect the image as per your strategy or concepts running on your mind from the internet. A lot of times it has to be designed by you. See, if it's a mango, you can download any mango image from the internet. If it's a shoe, also you can download it from the respective brand. But when it comes to presenting something like this, you see the information here, the average salary or other kinds of details, it has to be compulsorily designed by you. Okay, or you might find some sources as well, but it looks very awkward for yourself to use such images. Being a corporate business, copying a competitor's or somebody else's image and using them pitches you very low. Okay, and there are good chances that they might raise copyright issues or might connect with you and question you about that. Yeah. Okay. So you all understood how to improve the engagement, right? The best product in terms of availability, variations, uh, variations of sizes, colors, etc. Okay. On the top level, we must have okay, the time spent, the number of webpages explored. Okay. At the top level, it's about the zero technical issues, best UI or UX, best product in the market. These three things, if you're taking care of these three things, you will have the best engagement. Okay. Any questions? Yeah.
She asked, can you click on the chicken?
Okay. Okay.
regarding that, no, you can come up. So, no.
Yeah.
So, I have the product.
Okay.
I don't have the product. I'm doing a blog here, and I don't have any image. So, I've taken this image from Conrad Digital. I'm putting a posting of it.
You can. So last time I think you asked this question and I have explained. See, it's not that you shouldn't be using or you cannot use the images. You can use it, and you can always add a reference. Have you seen newspapers, news websites?
Yes, yes.
They'll add reference as
Giving credits.
giving credits to the respective websites or authors will not put you into any kind of trouble, and moreover, it gives a certain amount of credibility of rights to use the image. Okay, you can use it. That's not a problem at all. Okay, that's all.
That's it. Yeah.
CTR engagement. Okay, so the previous classes was the videos of the previous class how search engines work, and now you go through all of these as well. And search engine you will be able to explain it to people now going forward.
Yes.
Okay, and the search engine functionality that which we have discussed you will not find anywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go ask any experienced digital marketers, they will tell backlinks will help or branding will help. They will never speak about the three key metrics that play the role in placing your website on top of Google search results.
What's the full form of
CSM, Certified Scrum Master. Certified Scrum Master, that's Agile and Scrum, so the software developers, usually the standards, the discussions, work plan for the day. So that's Scrum. So Certified Scrum Master is a program offered by accreditation body called Scrum Alliance. So those people who are certified will have more weightage to become the team leaders in the organization. Usually this training will be opted by working professionals, people who has got at least 5 years, 10 years, 20 years of experience in software and IT domain. This will be a 2 days training program. That's just a 2 days training program. After training, they'll